Thank you. This is another day, and we thank God for the gift of life and good health. Yesterday, we had a discussion, more of teachings of the Word of God from the book of Mathew Chapter 1. And we got to understand why Jesus was born and what he went through at that time, the genealogy, and we also learned a number of things pertaining his birth. Now I want us to continue with chapter 2 today to learn about just the birth of Jesus, as we see what the Lord is telling us. Now, without wasting time, maybe for you guys, my name is Jackson Sirengo, believer of Christ and an encourager of men. The book of Matthew chapter 2 verse 1 says, I'm going to read, then after reading we are going to go through and internalize the word. Verse 1, Matthew 2:1. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. Verses 3. When Herod the king heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Very important words. After the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, the word tells us that the wise men from the east desired to visit him and to worship him. And as we continue from verses 3 and 4, we realize the king at the time, Herod, was not happy with the birth of Jesus. And this because Jesus was being regarded as the king. And according to the word, he was to be a governor for all. And according to my interpretation, Herod didn't took it well. Probably he imagined that he will be the king of the world, the leader of men, and he was going to replace him. That is why he got angry, and thereafter we learned a lot of things he decided to do. Now listen here, verses 4. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where the Christ should be born. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem. Now, him being angry, he wanted to know where this Christ is born, so that he may also visit him and worship him, just as the wise men from the east. So we know he had other intentions. He wanted to go and worship him. But now, as we continue from the other verses, if we go to verses 7, then Herod, when he privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently where the star appeared. So he inquired from the wise men where the sun was, so that he can go there. Now we'll go back later to the Herod issues. The wise men went to Bethlehem, being led by the star, and they reached there, where, and first of all, they had some gift of which they had carried, and it's actually frankincense, gold. They presented the gift to Mary and the child who were there. They had the same information. They were asked that they should go back with the information to Herod, where Jesus was born, so that Herod can come and worship him. But here we realize something different in verses 13. And when they were departed, behold, angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt. God works in a miraculous way, in a big way that you can never imagine. And even before the angel warning Joseph to flee to Egypt, the same had happened to the wise men, because you know they were to return to Herod and provide him with the information of where Jesus was. But they were told in a dream not to go back. So they went another way. That is in verse 12. Now, Joseph was told to go to Egypt with the child for the safety in a dream. Thereafter, it happened that Herod realized that the wise men lied to him. They didn't take to him the information, and he was frustrated. So what happened? He got extremely angry. Remember, that was a son that was born, and he was destined to be the king. So he ordered for the killings of all the children in the area, 2 years and below, to be killed, so that according to him, even Jesus would be killed. But that one did not happen, because Joseph was informed to flee to Egypt, and therefore the child was safe. Then after Herod died, again the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream while in Egypt, informing him that they should now return back, because it was now safe. Joseph realized that the one who took over from Herod was actually the son of Herod. So again, he had some fears. Therefore, he went to Nazareth. just in Israel for the safety of the child, where now he grew. Now we get to learn a number of things here which are very important for any person, for any Christian, and for any believer in the world. There are those people that are destined to be great people. God has planned for each and every one of us, and every one of us is destined to be great in one way or another. And always the enemy, which is Satan, will never be happy with the plans of God in your life. He will try one or another to destroy you and to make sure that you do not succeed, to make sure that your dream is dead, to make sure that you fail completely. The birth of Jesus is telling us, is just encouraging us that if God has a purpose for you, it will always come to pass. It will always be actualized and fulfilled. After the birth of Jesus, the wise men from the east came and presented gifts, which symbolically meant that he was a great person. He was respected. And when we apply this to our Christian life, we realize that to know that you are destined for greater things, you will be respected by people. People will obey you. People will follow your advice. People will give you things, gifts and other things. People will love you. That is one of the signs that you have a greater purpose in life. That is one of the indications that you should maintain your relationship with God and not turn away. Because once you turn away, you will affect your destiny. Maintaining close relationship with God is very important. We also get to learn that not all people will be happy about your plans, about your future, especially after it's clear that you have a bright future. Information normally spread. If you have a good behavior, someone will tell another, another will tell another that you have a good behavior. There are those who will be happy. There are those who will not be happy about it. Especially if they feel that you want to turn them down, or you want to be greater than them, they will not be happy. And they will do all they can. They will try to do all they can to put you down, to ensure that you do not succeed. And it is very important that you be close with God so that you can get the revelations, so that God can speak to you and tell you what to do. your own safety and to ensure your goal is achieved. God will speak to you in many ways. Maybe you might not flee to another region, but something else can happen. Probably your enemy can die, your enemy can be affected and fail and become and it becomes difficult to now attack you. So maintaining close relationship with God at all times is very important to ensure you attain or you reach your destiny. And I just want to say this. Regardless of what happens, you will reach where you are purposed to reach. Regardless of what, you will reach there. The devil will come with his plans to destroy you, but he will not succeed. Jesus returned back safely. I know other things had happened before. Other children had been killed by Herod. But Jesus survived. It wasn't an easy thing for other people. It was a tough thing. But Jesus survived. The plan of God about your life, on your life, concerning your life, will be actualized only with a close relationship with God. Nothing else. The birth of Jesus is a clear example which you need to stick to at all times. God bless you and keep you. Thank you for listening to this. We continue.